playing Derek make you not want to direct?
I used to think I wanted to direct. I'm less confident of that now. I don't know. I'm very I have a lot of friends who are directors, movie directors, TV directors, theatre directors, and it's incredibly hard work. And it's also, and funny enough, with when I was talking to Rob Ashford about what he does, my abiding memory of what he had to say about what he does was that it's incredibly lonely, because all these bucks stop with you. And I, for one, enjoy what I do mainly because of the collaborative nature of the work, because, it takes an army of people, from the guy that makes the breakfast to the focus puller to the lighting guy to the prop master, whatever it is, to achieve what we all achieve. One piece of that goes out of kilter, the whole thing kind of falls to pieces. So the idea of being entirely at the apex of that pyramid, I find slightly alarming, really. I mean, maybe I'll eat these, I'll have this played back to me in 15 years' time, and people will go, "You lying so-and-so." But at this point, I would say I'm kind of happy where I am, but, who knows? Never say never.
Smash, of course, is a musical, and it has a cast full of accomplished singers, but I don't think Derek has ever had a musical number of his own on the show. Any chance we'll see him break the song?
I doubt it. I mean, I kind of hope not, for the sake of, people's ears, really. As you say, we have more than we're lousy with fine singers on the show, so why anyone would want a bona fide terrible singer to sing something is beyond me. So I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed that I don't suddenly open the episode where I'll be, I hope not. It would be the simple answer.
Well, you never know. They could do wonders with auto-tune these days.
You know what? I think even auto-tune probably couldn't tune out the horror that is my slightly tone-deaf warbling. I wish it were true, or I'd have released an album by now.
The Emmys are coming up, and Smash is a possible contender. The Emmys have honored shows about the entertainment business before, like 30 Rock recently. Have you and the rest of the cast and crew given any thought to possible awards recognition?
No. Well, I certainly haven't. That whole side of things is a delightful bonus if it happens, but is otherwise, I think, an unnecessary distraction if you're just talking about it in an abstract sense. It's kind of like, I mean, I genuinely don't do this because, for awards, probably because I've never had any. And I've been to things that have won awards, but broadly speaking, I think it's hard enough to kind of, keep your own particular show on the road, without worrying about whether or not you get nominated. I mean, would it be a huge honour? Absolutely. Is it something I spend much of my waking hours thinking about? Not at all. In many ways, I would feel it would be insanely presumptuous. So, not least that. So, not really. No.
Well, NBC renewed Smash for a second season, but when that happened, it was not without a certain amount of upheaval. The creator of the show, Teresa Rebick, is being replaced by Joshua Safran as showrunner, and a couple of the cast members have been let go. Are you optimistic about the changes taking place, or do you have any trepidation about the shakeups?
I think with an ensemble show, inevitably, if something has a life beyond a first season, there is a certain amount of shaking out that happens. I think that's pretty common, partly because, our story is both relatively tight and also quite heavily populated, and I don't think if anyone who sort of follows these things, I don't think that would come as a huge surprise that, unlike many other shows that have, go again, that there's a certain amount of changes that go on in terms of casting. In terms of Teresa and Josh, Teresa is our show's creator. I thought she did some wonderful work on the show. She wanted to go and do, she's nothing if not a polymath and prolific beyond imagining, frankly. And, she's finishing a novel, she's got another play. Even when we opened our show, she had a show on Broadway and 2 other shows going on in other parts of the country. And I think in some ways, she wanted to return to the things she knows best. You'd have to ask her specifically, but I don't. But to answer your question more directly, do I have a sense of trepidation? No. In many ways, I have a sense of anticipation and excitement because I had a really good time doing the first season, and I think where we left the story it's a very interesting jumping off point. I've sat down with Josh to talk about the potential direction of the second season, and I think he has some fantastic ideas and ones that I think people wouldn't necessarily have expected. I certainly didn't, and I think they're both organically sound and also they've got a lot of mileage in them, and I think they're kind of smart. Honestly, I'm just kind of looking forward to going back to work because it's a lovely group of people, and yes, there'll be changes, but in many ways that's the nature of show business. I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's the nature of any business, to be truthful.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I wish you the best luck with the next season of Smash and potentially at the Emmys as well.
Thank you very much, Alan. Nice to talk to you, sir.
Great talking to you.